Hello friends, my name is Bahroz and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will talk about why job-specific resumes is a waste of time. I know we are told time and time again that whenever you're applying for a job, tailor your resume, work on your resume, use some online tools or AI to match the resume with the job description. It sounds something which is the right thing to do, because if you fix your resume and it's more according to the job, then you'll get the job. However, I can tell you this is just pure waste of time. And I will also tell you towards the end of this video, if this is waste of your time, then what should you do in order for you to land the job that you are looking for or your dream job? If this is not working, what is that will really get you the job? So I will talk about that towards the end of this video. But let me first tackle why creating job-specific resumes is a waste of time. Now, first and foremost, it is very easy to do because there are so many AI tools available, and because it's very easy to do, almost everyone is doing it. Everyone is tailoring their resumes and making it better or perfect or just the right kind of a resume for the job that they are applying for. But since everyone is doing it, there is no comparative advantage anymore, because the 100 resumes that are coming for that particular job, almost every resume has done it. Now, another thing that we are told is that it is the ATS system which will be able to pick your resume if your resume is according to the job, and if your resume is not according to the job, then the ATS system will reject your resume altogether. Well, as I said, everyone is doing it. So all 200 resumes are coming to beat the ATS. So your chances of beating ATS is very low, just because everyone has a perfect resume. Everyone has used AI to make that perfect resume. Second, even if the ATS is not being used, it takes 7 to 10 seconds for a recruiter to look at your resume at best. They won't spend more than 10 seconds. So no matter how many keywords you put in the resume, they will look for 1 or 2 key things on your resume, and if they don't see it, they'll just throw your resume on the side. They won't be reading every word in your resume. They won't be reading those keywords that you've plugged in your resume here and there. They will at best read the titles of your resume, and basis the titles will decide whether you are the relevant applicant for this job or not. So just tailoring your resume, putting all those keywords that you find in the job description, asking AI to craft your resume based on the job description will not help at all. Second thing is that the resumes do not create trust, because it's just a piece of paper. So anyone who sees the resume, they don't see you, they just see the resume, and basis that they decide that blank sheet, or not blank sheet, but a black and white sheet that they have in front of them, they just quickly skim through it, and basis that they decide whether they want to call you for an interview or not. So the resumes, no matter how beautiful, how perfect you make them, they won't create trust. And hence, again, the chances of you landing a job is not much or not better, because everyone is trying to make a perfect resume using AI tools. No one can beat AI, right? So AI is making the perfect resume, perfect application for all the individuals, and hence it is more and more challenging for you to be able to beat so many people using AI. And hence, as I said, I will towards the end talk about what is that you can do in order for you to have an average resume but still be able to land the job, or at least be called for the interview. Before I go into all that detail, I just want to make a call out, which is in case you're interested in having a one-to-one coaching session with regards to how to ace an interview, you can book a session with me using the link that I will leave in the description of this video. And in case you're curious what do I cover in those sessions, well, you can go on my channel and you'll find multiple videos on my channel where I have recorded sessions with candidates, so you will have a fair idea as to what do I cover in those sessions, and hence basis that you can decide whether you want to be trained or improve your interview skills or not. The third piece is that there is also a hidden job market. So for the most part, while there are jobs being advertised on LinkedIn or on other public platforms, at times there are job openings which are just limited within the organization. So there is this particular manager who's looking for a candidate, and before they advertise the job, there are already people who that particular manager has in mind to go to. Even if that job is posted online, it may very well be that they just fill it with an internal candidate, or a candidate who has already networked with that particular manager or has networked with people in the organization. So before they even scan your resume, they've already decided 2 or 3 candidates who they would be hiring, whether they're in the organization or outside the organization. Even if you see the job advertised, you apply for it by making your resume perfect using the tools so that you can get it scanned through ATS. Maybe they're not looking for external resumes or more resumes than already they have in their list or already they've networked with, and hence your chances are again zero. Now, here are the key issues that I've talked about, which is 1, everyone is doing it. 2nd, resume is just a piece of paper and hence it doesn't talk to who originally you are. And third, there is a hidden job market, which despite if you have the best of the resumes, you may not get selected. So what is that you should do? Here is the one thing that you need to do, which is to network. There are two ways of networking. One, even when there is no job, you select the key companies that you want to work with and you start looking for people who are in that organization and start networking with them. One way of networking is you go on their LinkedIn profile, you connect with them, and you comment on their post once, twice, thrice. Now, that assuming that they are active. If they are active, you comment on their post and hence build a network with them, and they start to see you, they start to notice you, they start to see your profile, what you've done. So this is one way. Second is you start to post on LinkedIn or on such forums, primarily LinkedIn, and talking about the field you are from. Let's say you're from supply chain. So you start talking more about supply chain. Now you're connected with those people, so they see your post as well. You're talking about supply chain, you're talking about finance, you're talking about organization building, whatever is your core expertise. And next time when there is a job opening, you can reach out to that individual and say, hey, there is a job opening in your organization, and please can you help me with this particular job opening, pass on my resume to the right individual or something like that. Now they've already noticed you, so they kind of know you, not in person, not directly, but they've seen your work around on the social media, and they've seen what you do, how you add value. So you have a better chance of them saying, oh yeah, there is a job opening which is coming in, or yes, I have a job opening, how about you share your resume and I will put it in the pool. Now even if you have a crappy resume, even if by crappy resume I mean even if you don't have a exactly job specific resume created by AI, you will still have a good chance because the hiring manager or someone from within the organization has put forward your resume. Second is whenever there is a job opportunity that comes up for any or other organization, which you go like, this is the job I want to apply for. Well, what you can do is you can look for people who you can relate to within that particular organization. So go on LinkedIn, look for people who are working in the organization who you can relate to. Someone who is from your own background, someone who has worked in the same company you worked previously before, someone who's from your same college as yourself, same country as yourself, or something or the other that you can relate to. Like when they open your message, because you need to write them a cold message, they should be able to relate to you, because once they relate to you, they will be able to they will be more willing to respond to you. So here what you need to do is, first you see there is a job opening in company X and you're like, this is the job I want to apply for. Now one option is to go in AI, create your best resume and send your best resume and hope that out of the 200 people who have applied, your resume will get selected. Second is, don't worry about making your resume perfect. Like your resume should be good, but worry about finding that particular individual who can pass on your resume to the right desk, to the right person. So look for someone, let's say, who is from the same college as you, who has worked in the same company previously as you worked in previous company, and just send them a cold message saying, hey, I am reaching out to you with regards to this job opening, or I'm reaching out to you in reference to our prior career in this particular company. I didn't meet you, I didn't see you, but I see your LinkedIn profile and I can relate to it a lot. And here's the job opening which is coming in your particular organization. I'm looking for the next step in my career and I would need your help, or would appreciate your help if you can pass my resume to the right desk or to the right person. Now you have an ambassador in that company who will pass on your resume, even if your resume is not the best resume out of the 200 applicants that have applied. Who has a better chance now? Someone who has the perfect resume created by AI, or someone who has networked within the organization, has found someone who they can relate to, so they will be able to help you. That particular person is more willing to help you. They take your resume and pass it to the hiring manager. Now your resume will get noticed. Now it won't get noticed only for 7 to 10 seconds. It will get noticed for good 1 minute. There will be good eyes on that particular resume from the hiring manager or from the hiring team, and hence your chances of success will be much better. One more tip that I want to leave you with is also, do not just go about applying on every job. Now AI tools are very smart. You can create multiple resumes, multiple cover letters, and which will allow you to apply for hundreds of jobs or every week, every month. But don't do that. Be very focused. Find those 2, 3, 4 jobs exactly which are relevant to you, which you're interested in, and only apply for those. Look for individuals in those companies and network, because networking takes time. Instead of just clicking on apply for 100 jobs, I rather you click on apply for 5 jobs, but when you're applying for those 5 jobs, you go all in. You look for 1, 2, 3 people in that organization you can relate to, drop them a cold message, and then relate to them, connect with them, and allow them to, or make them to send your resume to the hiring desk. So apply for 5, but just go deep in those 5 versus applying for 100 and then feeling rejected, because if you apply for 100 jobs, one, most of them may not be relevant, and second is you are not being effective with applying in those jobs, and hence there is a good chance you get rejected and you get demotivated and all. So apply for less jobs, be very focused, but when you apply for that particular job, make sure that you just go deep, so much so that your resume gets selected, gets a fair chance of review and all. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully after watching this video, you will be focusing more on networking versus trying to perfect your resume using AI tools and all. Thank you.